One question, please. It's an honor for me to see you face to face. So, as you know, in Western Europe, especially now even in Eastern Europe, we have this big challenge. And our duty to spread the truth through the media is even more and more difficult. Why? Because beside the lies and boycott we see against Israel, so through the television, Facebook, and so on, we also import peoples. When I say import thousands of people from Middle East, we are against Israel. So practically, beside the wrong ideas in the media, we have also people who hate Israel and spread this into our country, in our countries. What is your recommendation? You know, I'm thinking about the immigrants are coming.
No, I understand. Look, I think it's a real problem, the emergence of a new anti-Semitism in Europe that comes from, normally it would come from the two extremes, from the old far right and the old far left, and they've merged and melded into one thing that they agree on. They hate Israel. They may hate America too, and not surprisingly they hate both because we stand for the same thing. But to this toxic mix has now been added the radical Islam that has its proponents within the European Muslim communities. I think you fight lies with truth, you fight vilification and slander with facts. It's hard, it's not easy, but I have to tell you that there's something outmoded here, and people don't get the other side of it. This always surprises my European colleagues when I speak to them, because I ask European government leaders, I say, why are you allowing, this horrible propaganda against Israel and these NGOs that are purporting, they talk about human rights, but they're really out to, really out to smash Israel, to promote BDS or to promote charges against our brave soldiers as war criminals. We even have them at home, like B'Tselem, it's going to the UN now. To speak against our soldiers, the bravest, most honorable soldiers in the world, none more. And they send, they send people to, to defame them in the UN. So we have no other option but against slander to tell the truth. But there's something odd that is happening in Europe, and in Italy, I suppose, and other countries too. They should follow what is happening in the Arab world, because we monitor public opinion in the Arab world. I'm not only talking about our contacts, which are usually covert, with Arab governments. I'm talking about what is happening in the Arab public opinion. And as we poll it, it's not even. In some places it's horrible, but it's changing. In fact, the further away you get from here, it changes actually for the better. And you can ask people, we do you think it's worthwhile for your country to have relations with Israel? And we used to get zero, negative. Now it's 20%, 30%, 40%, 50% in various countries. That's a change. So, there is a dissonance here, a discrepancy between the traditional anti-Semitism, which today is now morphed into anti-Zionism, and changes that are actually happening within the Muslim and the Arab world. But I'll have more to say about that as time goes by. I say, you want to know my answer to that? Fight slander with truth. You're ambassadors of truth. Thank you.